Hey everyone, Jay from the Minecraft Alliance, and welcome back to another mining tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can add depth trackers to your overlay. So, what we're going to be working on is adding, like I say, a depth counter to your overlay. Now, this isn't going to cover adding a depth counter, but I have just gone ahead and added the command into my channel. If I look over here, you can see I've just added it in using the chat. It's def plus, and it says mining has died, count defs times he's so bad at games. Now, to break this down, basically this is the count variable, but I'm specifying what number it is. That's important because otherwise we just have the same count without names. What I'm also going to do is do cmd ops exclamation mark def plus dash level 500. What that means, if I go to find the command in my chat command section over here, is you will see that the command has been set to mod only. And that is basically how it works. Basically for this, 500 is mod, 1000 is super mod, 1500 is broadcaster only, 250 I think is subscriber, 300 is regular, 400 is VIP, and 100 is just your average user, so anyone can use it. But by default, all commands are set to anyone can use them. Okay, so we have our command, right? And it's important to note this variable here, whatever this is, this defs part, this is important for our counter on screen. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here to My Overlays. We're going to click on My Overlays. Come on, Stream Elements. We're going to go to New Overlay. And what we're going to do in here is we're going to wait for it to load. We're going to pick 1080p, and we're going to add, click on the plus down here, and we're going to go to labels, go to other, and then go to a bot counter. What you're going to want to do here is change this, so it will say current defs, for example, and you're going to want to basically, inside of these squiggly brackets, write your variable. So it's defs. So now, for example, if I hit the save button, we're going to call this a def counter, and hit the save button. What that's now done is it's now made this save the overlay. So if I now come over here to my chat client and I do exclamation mark def plus, you can see it increments the counter, and it will keep incrementing the counter. Now, how do I get this onto my overlay? Well, what you want to do is grab your OBS or whatever you're using. I'm using OBS. You're going to click on the little plus, and you're going to go to browser. Now you're going to call this def counter, or whatever you want to call it, however you want to refer to it. Now over here, you're going to click on this little copy overlay URL, this little link here. What you're then going to do is you're going to come back to your OBS, copy that in, and then what it will give you is it will give you this. Now obviously it's worth pointing out that obviously in its current style it doesn't really work with the background, but you can obviously mess around with the settings of the text. If you want to change it to be a more readable color, like black maybe, you could do that, and then you can hit the save button, and obviously then you'll see updates in OBS. Actually, I don't know why I'm moving it over, because you can just see it in the corner. It's obviously, you can have it set up however you want it to look, but as the sort of thing, yeah, that's just how you can have it set up as however you want. And that's it, really. The other thing to bear in mind, obviously, is a reset for this. Now, the reset, if I remember correctly, you would just do command add exclamation mark a def reset, or some sort of variant of that. Actually, let me drag this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So reset def counter to, and then what you're going to do is you're going to do $, open squiggly brackets, count set def 0. Wait, is that right? No, it's not right. Defs. So remember, you're going to take your variable here that's defs, and I think that isn't right. So what we're going to quickly do is a little cheat sheet that I can show you is this command variable section here on Streamlabs. Sorry, Stream Elements. And we're going to do a quick Control F and look for the word count. What am I looking for? It's count sets. There we go. Yep. So you want to do count name value. Okay. So we're pretty much on the ball. You just want to do count, take out the set. There. So what this will do is it will now reset the def count. So if I now go over here and do move this out the wall, move this down here so you can still see stuff. See, it currently says 3, but if I do shrink this down a bit. Yeah, and do def reset. It resets to 0. Now, obviously, I'm doing this via chat. You don't have to do this via chat. You can just basically take the stuff that I'm putting in and put it in via the dashboard. For example, this. If you want to add a counter, you would just take the stuff after the def plus. The important part is this $count defs part. The rest of the message can just be whatever you want it to be, but the important part is this part. Obviously, it's also good to have it be a mod or a VIP only command, just because that way then, you know, people aren't going to come in and, you know, they aren't just going to come in and start doing stuff which you don't want them to do, because you don't want anybody to just come in and update your def counter. If for whatever reason you want to set your def counter to a specific value, you can do that. There is a command by default in Stream Elements. I'm just bringing myself down here so I can actually find it. I think it's edit. Yeah, here it is. Edit counter. So if you do that command, you do edit counter defs, and we're going to say 5. What that will do, if the command is enabled, which it isn't, my apologies. If it's not enabled by default, you can enable it in the dashboard. There you go. So it's set to 5. So now if I do def plus, it will now go up to 6. Because, yeah, and obviously you can't quite see it because it is sort of in a weird colour. But yeah, you can see now it has gone up to 6. And that is how you make a def counter and how you make it show on your screen. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you found this video useful.